actually can't because he's crying. I don't want to get in the way of the video.
Okay.
All right. Well, shall I grab a chair?
I think we're going to walk around. So,
okay.
So this is Mark, and Mark is a full-timer, and Donna, and they're full-timers in this GMC Motorhome, which you don't see very much on the road. What would you like to tell us about the GMC Motorhome, or you guys?
Well, we can start with the motorhome.
Let me get in the shade.
Sure. The obviously they were only made a few years. That's why you don't see too many of them. They're made from 73 to 78. So this one's a 75. Consequently, it's 40 years old. And the nice thing about it is they're very well supported. So you've got parts availability is very good. You've got it's an Oldsmobile Toronado front drive system, so if you can't find something specifically listed for the GMC, you can find it for an Oldsmobile Toronado. And there was originally about 12,000 of them made, and there's estimated about 8,500 of them still on the road. So as a result, there's a considerable network of people who are dedicated to keeping these things on the road. So it was with that confidence that we could keep it running is why we went ahead and bought it. And
okay.
This particular one was in pretty good shape. It had been kept in a garage for the last 7 years when it wasn't being used, and the previous owner done some upgrades to it, and we got it for a really good price. So
okay,
no complaints.
So can we take a look inside?
Sure. Now we did do some modifications and changes to the inside. First thing we did is we put in, we ripped all the furniture out and the flooring, and put in cork flooring, and which is really nice. Worked out really well. And
yeah, I can feel just standing on it, the cork giving, and it makes it really comfortable.
It is. And it was advertised, I think, to sleep 6, and we don't need to sleep 6. It's just Donna and I, and so we converted the lounge that was in the back into a full-size bed. Took out the couch, which also made into a bunk. Put a work surface and drawers over there. Oh,
so this was a couch when you bought it? This space was used for a couch?
This was a couch, right.
Okay.
And now storage is a little tight on these things, so in the process of making the changes, we made sure we included some additional storage. This is not the original dinette. The table is, but the seats aren't.
Really nice upholstery.
Yeah, so I built the frames. Donna covered it, and but I built it with a drawer in that one for additional storage, and then this one also has a drop-down door, so I can put all my utility stuff in it and still reach it from the side door.
This looks really nice. I don't know if the camera is picking up how nice this looks or not, but you guys do very professional work.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So what is the deal with these spices? What can you tell me about
that is
the spices?
Donna has always been attracted by the concept of steampunk, which is typically leather, brass, copper, antique-y looking stuff, and so she ran across something to that that's similar to that, and decided that she should make her spice rack out of that. And needless to say, it gets a lot of comments, compliments otherwise, and and she's a very good cook, and consequently uses all those spices, so it works out really, really well. What
are the containers? What were the containers? They're test tubes?
Test tubes.
Where would you get those?
Online primarily. I don't know of too many places that you can just walk in and buy them, but they're, you know, for scientific labs, schools, anybody that would have any kind of reason to have a test tube.
How did you get the cork stuff?
Corks, now those are available at most hardware stores, and the O-rings as well.
And so there's O-rings and involved also?
Yeah, you can see they're holding the tubes from sliding too far down.
Oh, I don't know if I noticed that. I need to take my sunglasses off. I see. So that's leather and test tubes and corks, and the corks are already that size, or did you have to?
No, they're already that size. And those are old leather belts that were cut up and sewn up.
That is just a really neat use of that space.
And then this space here, typically on these things it houses a central vacuum system, but on this one we converted it to a pantry for our canned goods.
Right on.
And, a lot more practical usage.
So, okay.
And then, of course, by building a permanent bed across the back, we also picked up a bunch of storage back there as well.
Let's see how much we can see.
Also has our TV and satellite system back there.
Are you still using the original or the toilet and stuff that this thing was made to have, or did you decide not to use it? Can I open the door?
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think it's safe.
Maybe you want to show me.
So do you call this a wet bath?
This is a wet bath.
And that's because the whole thing turns into a shower?
Correct. Everything
Gotcha.
gets wet when you take a shower.
So you guys can take showers.
Yep.
And you have a
behind
toilet.
You is a wardrobe. So you got closet.
Can I open it?
Sure. Full-length mirror.
This is really seems like there's not a lot of sacrifices being made.
Not a lot. Not a lot.
But you guys didn't start from here.
No.
When we met originally, you guys were in a van.
That's right.
And you were living in a van.
We were. Yeah, 2000 Ford van. I don't know if you can see this picture now, but here's the two of them side by side. And as you can see, this really isn't that much taller and wider than the van. Now, obviously it is some, but it's not significant. It's not like a typical Class A. So, but we had bought this van back in May of 2012, and it was a conversion van, and it was in pretty rough shape. On the inside, the previous owner had dogs and kids, and I don't think she ever cleaned up after any of them. But so it was pretty rough, and so we ripped it all out and proceeded to put in our own cabinets, our own bed, and it worked out really well for traveling, and it was very comfortable to sleep in. But it wasn't all that convenient for living in if the weather was bad. So we found out ourselves, well, obviously we had to live outside a lot, and so since we were camp hosting this last summer, we had plenty of time to evaluate our situation and living conditions, and thought, well, you know, I think one of these would probably fit the bill. And so we proceeded to search for it. I actually found this one in South Dakota, and fortunately they've got these cool apps now for Craigslist that you can search regions, states, the whole country, that sort of thing. And so we found this one in South Dakota, drove up there, liked it, made an offer, a little negotiation. Next thing you know, we're driving away in a GMC Motorhome.
Okay, if anybody's watching this and they're thinking that they live in a van and they would like more room, but they can't afford it, would you like to talk any about how it worked out that you guys were able to afford to buy a camper?
Sure. It started out with well, we actually traded our car for the van. The gal that owned it wanted something more economical, and we obviously wanted a van, so it worked out real well in that sense. And as I mentioned, we camp hosted in the Tahoe National Forest for 6 months, and for a paycheck, and managed to save up some money.
So you were living out of the van, camp hosting.
Right, then, and we have our trailer too, which has some of our lesser used but necessary things in that.
So you lived 18 months out of the.
Yeah, so all total, we probably lived about 18 months out of the van and trailer. So, but anyway, we decided it'd be nice to have some place where we could actually be comfortable out of the weather. And
right.
So, so our budget we figured was about 10 grand, and. We got this one for a little less than 7, and we sold our van for 5, so it actually worked out pretty well. We probably could have justified something a little nicer, a little newer, perhaps, but I say newer, but upgraded. Yeah, but the previous owner had done a really good job with this one. Refrigerator was new. They put the new wheels and tires on, and kept it in really good shape because it was all original when we picked it up. So it was all 40 years old, but. And we've probably put another I don't know, 3,000-4,000 into it, just changing it to the way we wanted it. Not that it was necessary to put that much in it, but we've added a macerator, we've done all the the flooring and the construction, the mattress, the dinette, satellite system, etc., etc. So yeah, we put some money into it.
Well, I just think it's really cool that you guys started with a van, and then let's look at that. You started with the van, and then you decided you wanted something else, and you didn't go out and work in corporate America for the funds to get the rig, but you were campground host, and so in a way, as close as you could get, you kind of did it without having to get a job.
Right.
That's how I see it. I don't know, but anyway,
not that camp hosting's not a job, but
right?
Yeah,
right.
But that was kind of a turning with this 18 inches of snow in French Meadows where we were camp hosting.
That was the kicker, right?
This was the turning point when you said we need to get
something a little
out of
bigger.
the van.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, is there anything else that you guys would like to say?
Well, we've been full-timing now since July of 2012. So, we're coming up real close to our second anniversary. And we love it. We wouldn't do it any other way.
Wouldn't go back.
Wouldn't go back.
Wouldn't go back.
Yeah.
No way.
It's a lot less expensive, number one, and it's nice not having the it's nice not having the fixed location to where you end up finding yourself in a routine or rut, I guess is I would say, every day. So if you don't like where you're at, you back up and you move somewhere else, and
every day is happy.
Every day is happy. Yeah.
Do you guys have internet access on the road?
We do.
Would you be interested, if anybody sees this video and wants to ask questions, would you be interested in answering them?
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just Verizon 4G is how it is.
Okay.
So.
Well, cool. Thanks for showing us around.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.